Ladies and gentlemen, welcome you all to the much-awaited event of the Gavel calendar, the KCA Gavel Club Gavel Nite. I am Anne Maria Thompson, the Master of Ceremonies for this event. Let us begin this event with the opening prayer. Please stand up. Almighty and ever-loving God, shower your blessings on this gathering in the endeavor to rebuild ourselves as aspiring Gavel masters. Thank you, and please be seated. It gives me pleasure to invite KCA General Secretary, Mr. Vinu Christie, for the inaugural address.
Thank you, MC. Whatever your grade or position, if you know how and when to speak and when to remain silent, your chances of real success are proportionately increased. Ralsis Medley, founder of Toastmasters International. Honorable Chief Guest of today's function, DTM Ahmad Rizvi, Chairman of Bahrain Gavel Councillors, KCA Gavel Club Councillor, Toastmaster Soipol, KCA Toastmasters Club President, Toastmaster Alvin Sevi, Gavel Club Councillor, Toastmaster Renosh, and my dear Gaveliers, their parents, a warm good evening to you all. Major part of our success in our life depends on how we are molded. If we concentrate to improve our talents in our budding stage, it is easy to transform or easy to evolve. Gavel Masters program is like a youth development program which concentrate on your personal developments such as public speaking skills, time management, management skills, etc. That's why Gavel Masters Club program is one of the integral part of KCA Toastmasters and also KCA. And it's better to make my speech a little bit sweet and to be a little bit shorter to make it sweet because you are waiting for a good competition. So on behalf of KCA, I would like to congratulate all the winners of the competition, and also I wish all the best for the competitors of debating competition. And I think I'm doing the inaugural speech, so thereby I'm inaugurating this competition also on this session on behalf of KCA. And let us witness the rise of new champions. Thank you. Back to MC.
A leader, a passionate trainer, who has set out to develop the youth as future leaders. He has served as the District Secretary, Division Governor, Area Director, and has held all the club officer positions. He is currently the President of Sri Lankan Orators Club, Club Secretary for 3 clubs, and Chairman of the Bahrain Gavel Clubs Council. He is sailing towards his 26th year in Toastmasters. Today's chief guest is none other than distinguished Toastmaster Ahmed Rizvi. Please put your hands together and join me in welcoming DTM Ahmed Rizvi to speak a few words on this great day.
There is a saying that knowledge is like a garden. If you do not cultivate, you will not be able to harvest. This is very true when it comes to the Gavel Masters program. The knowledge what you all gain is so enormous that we will not get this opportunity every time and everywhere. Most respected counselor, Toastmaster Soy Paul, distinguished Toastmasters who have come as judges, my dear parents, and dear Gaveliers, good evening to you all. When I talk about knowledge, we need 3 things in each and every one of us. It's not just the Toastmasters, it is the Gaveliers who are budding leaders. You have to have that 3E, what is required. The enthusiasm, the expertise, and also the execution. I have seen in Gavel Masters these three qualities. They really are enthusiastic in doing things differently, and also they are very enthusiastic becoming leaders. Today's youth are the tomorrow's leaders, they say. So they really prove that in Gavel Masters. They have so much expertise, knowledge, talent, skills. How to bring that out of them is the most talented part of the counselors and the Toastmasters who are guiding them. And they really bring out the best out of them. And the execution part, I have seen in Gavel Masters, not only in other Gavel clubs, but KCA Gavel Masters are somewhat, I have seen some exception in executing things. Even this program, how much they were preparing. I was following up with the messages from the counselor and the Gavel Masters and the president of the Gavel Club. So much of work has gone this execution of this program. Quantity doesn't matter, Gavel Masters. The quality matters. And that's what is KCA Gavel Club is all about. So keep in mind three things always. Another three, not the E's what I told, the three D's. The determination, the dedication, and the devotion. If you determine to do something, please take that opportunity and determine what your goals are. And when you decide on your goals, when you determine the goals, dedicate yourself to achieve that goal. But not only dedication will work, you have to devote some time. That is very important. The time devotion is the most important part for all of us. We all are busy doing so many things. Gavel Masters are more busier than working individuals with various dancing, tuitions, etc., etc. But devote your time for your leadership skills. So keep these three D's in your mind: the determination, dedication, and devotion. With that, we will see several youth leaders amongst us who will be able to bring the global village, that is humanity in ourselves, and conquer the hearts of each and every one. Wish you all the best for today, and thanks to the counselor who gave me the opportunity to be here amongst us to witness this. This is the third Gavel Club physical event I am witnessing, and I hope more physical events will be there. With that, over to you, Master Professor.
Thank you, sir. KCA Gavel Club is a respectable and popular club of the Kingdom of Bahrain. The club is filled with vibrant and energetic Gavel Masters. The KCA Gavel Club has been able to function properly all these years due to the constant support and dedication of the KCA Toastmasters Club. Now, I invite KCA Toastmasters Club President, Toastmaster Alvin Sevi, to speak a few words on this occasion.
Thank you, MC, for such a warm introduction. I would like to first acknowledge the presence of our General Secretary, Mr. Binu Christie, and our chief guest, distinguished Toastmaster Ahmed Rizvi, our counselor, Toastmaster Soy Paul, and our coach, who's not here with us in person, but he is here with us spiritually, Toastmaster Renosh Thomas, our distinguished judges, fellow Gaveliers and parents, a very warm good evening to one and all. It gives me very immense pleasure to be invited here today for Gavel Nights, and it brings back a lot of nostalgic memories for me because I too once upon a time was a Gavelier at KCA Gavel Club. So it is very, well, what I say, very overwhelming to see that even now that all the Gavel Masters are doing incredibly well. And I'm sure that most of you all have reasons as to why you all have joined Gavel Masters. It is to develop your leadership skills, your speaking skills, and so on. But unfortunately, I didn't have any noble reasons when I joined the Gavel Club. It was for two reasons as why I joined. The first reason was my friends were there, 100%. I need to have bintas fun with them. And second, during break time, they have very good snacks. So these were the two reasons that brought me to Gavel Club. So despite my naive behavior, all these time I've spent in Gavel Club, I never understood the importance it had in my life. Only when I went in my higher studies and so on, and eventually I became a Toastmasters, I found that I had leadership skills that was taught from early on, which easily made me to reach where I am today. And here I was ready to give all the Gaveliers today about some leadership pointers. But seeing how you all are performing here now today, I think there's thing or two that I should learn from you all. With that said, only thing I have to say is that you guys stay awesome and keep on challenging yourselves, and let us enjoy the rest of the night. Over to you, MC.
A person always doing his best will be a natural leader. The backbone, the guiding light, the pillar of KCA Gavel Club is our very own counselor, the one and only Toastmaster Soy Paul. Now, I invite Toastmaster Soy Paul for the counselor's address.
Good evening, everyone, the dignitaries and our own Gaveliers and their parents. It's again the one beautiful day we are going to celebrate by ourselves. We are celebrating every year. Important thing is how much you have gone ahead, what you have learned. Yes, the trophies are here again. Important thing is what you have learned from the last year to this year. I just tell one story of the great Michelangelo. When our Donald Trump and his wife visited the Sistine Chapel in the Vatican, he opened the mouth and say why he opened the mouth. Oh, the beautiful architecture and the sculpture decorated in the Sistine Chapel. On seeing that, he exclaimed, how many of you know about the Michelangelo? How he became the great artist, architecture, and sculpture, so many painter. When he was young at the age of the 12, he was working on the leftover stones of the Florence Cathedral. On seeing his stones and he is working on the stones, the ruler of the Florence just met him and asked, hey boy, what are you doing? On seeing that, he said, I'm making an angel. He laughed at us. What, you're making an angel with a stone? Then Michelangelo said, there is an angel in it. I'll chip out those parts not belongs to an angel. Then the angel will come out. On hearing this beautiful answer, the ruler took him to his palace and trained him. That's why the great architect, great artist, great painter, great sculptor, Michelangelo born. My dear children, this is the day. Some of them reached in the heights, some of them not. Why some of them not reach? Because of the one reason, only one reason. You have to chip out. Those are the things which is not going to success, even in the name of the TV or in the social media or some other things. What you are addicted to, which is not leading to your success, just chip out. Then the angel will come out to prepare the great sculpture. You can see it. So I wish the best wishes to all of our children, best wishes to their parents for their support. Thank you once again, those who are spending their valuable time with us. Thank you once again. Back to you, MC.
A very important part to functioning properly is to have proper guidance. Now, I invite our guide, mentor, coach, Toastmaster Renosh Thomas, to speak a few words.
Good evening to one and all. Let me first take this moment to recognize the presence of the dignitaries, KCA President Mr. Roy C. Anthony, the chief guest, who is the chairman of Bahrain Gavel Club's Council, distinguished Toastmaster Ahmed Rizvi, KCA Toastmasters Club President Toastmaster Alvin Selvi, Councillor Toastmaster Soy Paul, all my fellow Toastmasters, all wonderful Gaveliers and guests. Once again, good evening to all of you. 3 months ago, I joined this vibrant Gavels Club as a coach to establish and plan a strong and sustainable progress in terms of basically club organizational structure, member skills enhancement, membership growth to take KCA Gavels Club to its next level. And I would like to place on record and take this moment to thank Councillor Toastmaster Soy Paul for his trust and support extended to me to take this role with diligence and sincerity. As I think about this beautiful island of Bahrain, the one thing that quickly comes to my mind is the land of pearls. And I ask each one of you, do you know how pearls are actually formed? It actually gives me goosebumps when I speak this subject to people around. Most jewelry are fashioned out of precious metals and jewels that are found buried in the earth. But pearls are found inside a living creature, which you all know is an oyster. But pearls are the result of a biological process. And you know, it is the oyster's way of protecting itself from some foreign substances that actually produces the pearl. To give you an idea of how it happens, you've seen the oyster. It is bivalve in structure. That means that its shell is made up of two parts, or what you call as valves. And the formation of a natural pearl begins when a foreign substance slips into the oyster between the mantle and the shell. And that foreign substance actually irritates the oyster. It's like the oyster is getting a splinter. It happens in all our lives. No human being is perfect. And people go through various kinds of challenges, be it Gaveliers or be it the Toastmasters. Some of us have fear. You all know the fear of public speaking, and there are more than actually 200 different kinds of fear. Some of us doubt whether we can do it. Some of us doubt our abilities. Some question ourselves. Who, why? Is it possible? But do you know that the oyster's natural reaction when the dirt or the foreign substance that comes into it is to cover that foreign substance to protect itself? The mantle covers that irritant, let me call it that way, with some layers of covering. And by doing so, as it does with layers over that irritant, this eventually forms a pearl. So a pearl is basically a foreign substance covered by layers of secretion by the oyster. What do you do when a foreign substance come into your life? Do you run away from it or do you deal with it? And I would like to take this moment to quote Charles R. Swindoll, a beautiful quote. And I'd like all of you to remember this in your life. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. Brave the storms. Go through the process because that's when a character is built up, that's when a leader is formed. Baton is passing from the current ExCom led by Gavel and Maria Thompson, who has led for the term 2021-2022 to the new incoming ExCom team, which has already been inducted, I would say. So the current president, Gavel Elena Regin Verghese, and her team. Let us work together to enable, to understand each roles clearly, provide a framework of how we conduct exciting meetings. There are areas that we have to work upon, but I'm definitely sure we are in the right direction. I'm confident that KCA Gavels Club will shine among the Gavel clubs in the Kingdom of Bahrain. I believe we're working towards going offline or having physical meetings, but it's important to focus on member needs and make every meeting enjoyable and exciting. By doing so, knowingly or unknowingly, you're shaping yourself to be a better leader, a better version of yourself. I wish the President and her ExCom team all the very best during this term, and let us all work together. And that is my intention, to hold hand in hand to move towards the next step of your journey in Gavel's Club to achieve greater heights. Let us encourage, develop, and motivate each member of KCA Gavel's Club to enhance their public speaking, communication, leadership skills, and to build a generation of confident and effective leaders of tomorrow. I once again thank all the organizers and the counselor Toastmaster Soy, all for giving me this opportunity. And I wish the ExCom team and all the members an exciting 2022-2023. Thank you and enjoy the Gavels Nite. Over to you, Master of Ceremonies.
Music is the language of the spirit. It opens the secret of life, bringing peace, abolishing strife. Now, I invite Gavel Master Rika Mary to delight us with a song.
It's been a long day without you, my friend. And I tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again. Damn. Who knew all the planes we flew, good things we've been through, that I'd be staying right here talking to you. But another pattern, know we let her hit it or the love, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at this deeper, see the bigger picture. Oh, those are the days I work for of a pace. Now I see you in a better place. How could we not talk about family when family's all we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there at my side. And now we got me with me for the last ride. It's been a long day without you, my friend. And I tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again. Oh, oh, ooh, First you both go by the way and the vibe is feeling strong when it's more turned to a friendship turned into the bond, and the bond will never be broken, the love will never get lost. And when brotherhood comes first and the line will never be crossed, established on our own and the line had to be drawn, and the line was 50 degrees, so remember me when I'm gone. Huh. How could we not talk about family when family saw we got everything I went to, you are standing there at my side, and now we got me with you for the last ride. It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again. Thank you.
Now we have Gavel Master Anugraha to recite the poem Phenomenal Woman by Maya Angelou.
Good evening, everyone. Today I'm going to recite a poem called Phenomenal Woman by Maya Angelou. She was an African American poet. Phenomenal woman. Pretty women wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute or built to suit a fashion model size. When I start to tell them, they think I'm telling lies. I say it's the reach of my arms, the span of my hips, the stride of my step, the curl of my lips. I'm a woman, phenomenal woman. That's me. I walk into a room just as cool as you please, and to a man, the fellows stand or fall on their knees. Then they swarm around me, a hive of honeybees. I say it's the fire in my eyes, the flash of my teeth, the swing in my waist, the joy of my feet. I'm a woman, phenomenal woman. That's me. Men themselves wonder what's inside me. They try so much, but they can't touch my inner mystery. When I try to show them, they say they still can't see. I say it's the arch of my back, the sun of my smile, the ride of my breasts, the grace of my style. I'm a woman, phenomenal woman. That's me. Now you understand just why my head's not bowed. I don't shout or jump about it or need to talk out loud. When you see me passing, it's odd to make you proud. I say it's the click of my heels, the bend of my hair, the palm of my hand, the need for your care. 'Cause I'm a woman, phenomenal woman. That's me. Thank you.
That was a phenomenal recitation. We have Gavel Master Catherine Soy presenting a speech titled King of Investment.
It's the best time to invest now. Stock markets are crushed down. Inflation in the United States are record high. Nations like Sri Lanka are collapsed down. Wait. I'm not talking about investing in money. You may think, what is she talking about? We'll get on to it. Bill Gates and me, Catherine, have something in common, and that is time. We both have 24 hours. Everyone in the world has something in common, and that is 24 hours. Many things are not in our hand. We have to study, we have to enjoy, we have to eat. But the main thing is, where will you spend rest of your time? Where will you invest? Time has its uniqueness. This is related to time. You can't reserve it. You have to use time at the same day. The second thing is, at a time, you can utilize one thing. It says opportunity cost, but money also costs that. Our future decides on one thing. How do you spend your time and for what purpose? Before, knowledge was expensive as well as money. But now, money is not that required for acquiring knowledge. We know now we require internet, language, and time. We can invest anywhere. If we invest in bank, the appreciation level might be 10% or less. If we invest in share markets, the appreciation level might go up to 50%. But if you invest in knowledge, the appreciation level would be 1000% or more. But the important thing is, where will you invest knowledge? Knowledge, we can share knowledge to anyone at any time. So, for example, if you share knowledge to open a car without a key to a thief as well as a civil defense officer, both of them, the impact would be different. We can share knowledge to anyone at any time. We should share knowledge to those who can spread it to others. For example, how to make a building safe. If you share this information to an officer or a bank employee, he or she will share this information to other colleagues or employees. But if you share this information to a teacher, she will share this information to hundreds of her students. One of the advantages of knowledge is that it does not cost opportunities. You can share to anyone at any time. But today, I'd like to emphasize that the king of investment, it's not knowledge, but network. One person knowingly or unknowingly created or accessed relations called network. We got this network by a lottery. Where we reach today is only because of this lottery. Growing up, we create our own network at schools, playgrounds, or clubs, etc. Remember, these are the network that decides our future. We can see people who are doing MBA at Stanford or IIM got more opportunities, not because they learn different things or learn diversely. It's because they have better network. So for the next generation, we should concentrate on creating network. So the king of investment, it's not knowledge or time or money, but creating and maintaining network. Thank you.
Now, I invite KCA Gavel Club President, Gavel Master Alina Regenburgis for the presidential address.
Talent is like a flower. It needs watering. All of us have some sort of talent. Some of them are talented in arts, speaking, dancing, sports, etc. But talent alone cannot guarantee you success. Imagine that you have a knife with you. Using it, you're able to cut the things smoothly and sharply as the time you bought for the first. Then after that, one day, you won't be able to cut it all because the knife will be blunt. So, what can be done about it? We need to sharpen the knife. So the knife is like our talents. You can gain few success using only your talents. But after some time, talent won't be able to give you success. We need to sharpen it using our hard work. The platform which KCA Gavels Club is providing you is a really good opportunity to sharpen our inborn talents and skills. Respected Chief Guest, Distinguished Toastmaster Ahmed Raswi, Counselor Toastmaster Soy Paul, Club Coach Toastmaster Renosh Thomas, KCA General Secretary Mr. Vinu Christie, President of KCA Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Alvin Sevi, vibrant Gaveliers and audience. Pleasant evening to one and all. Today, we all have gathered here to present our talents and to get recognition for the same. So now, I have taken the control of MC. So please bear with me for a few minutes. I'm pretty sure that you all will be confused right now. So let's put an end to all of your confusions. One of our Gavelier have given a fabulous speech at Gavel Masters annual contest and secured the first place in GMAC. That amazing speech was given by our MC, Gavel Master Anne Maria Thompson. So friends, don't you want to hear that speech? So let's put our hands together to welcome Gavel Master Anne Maria Thompson to deliver the speech on the title, Key to Success.
The misty hills, lush teakwood and sandalwood forests, and acres of tea and coffee plantations of this place can be described in one word: stunning. Known for its beautiful green hills and streams cutting right through them, this place is also popular for its culture and people. During the summer of 2019, I and my family visited a very beautiful place for vacation in India, the Scotland of India, Coorg. Good evening, respected dignitaries and audience. Coorg has got a lot of tourist destinations like the Abbey Falls, Raja Seat, and many more. One among the very famous destinations of Coorg is Nisargadama. It is a 64-acre island with a lush foliage of thick bamboo groves, sandalwood, and teak trees. There is also a rabbit park and deer park situated there. Now, if we have to reach the island of Nisargadama, we will have to walk across a hanging rope bridge. Now, the view from the bridge is breathtaking. The view of River Kaveri is something everyone will stop by and notice, capture in their cameras, and cherish forever. Now, when I and my cousin sister saw the bridge, our reaction was, oh my God. So my cousin sister became too scared seeing the bridge that she began asking questions to the tourist guide like, Uncle, what if the bridge breaks? Are there crocodiles in the river? Is the rescue team alert? Hearing these questions, when I started becoming scared. Slowly, we started walking across the bridge. With every step, the bridge was swinging sideways and we had to hold on tightly onto the two ropes. Now, after walking a while, my cousin sister was walking in front of me. She let out a scream. Ah! I asked, what happened? She said, Anne, look, there is a cockroach in front of me. From then on, she began walking, keeping her legs apart till she reached the island. The tourist guide said, the most important thing while crossing this bridge is to look ahead at the island and not down into the river. But most of the time, I struggled looking ahead because my eyes were down at the river. The more I saw the river, the more the demon of fear inside me grew. But since I was getting very scared, I somehow managed and looked ahead and reached the island. The key to success is to focus on your goals and not on your obstacles. Meaning, you need to look at where you want to end up and not rather at what is standing in your way. There will be many obstacles. For example, the fear of falling into the river. But these can be managed and defeated if you're focused on where you want to end up, that is the island. Keep your eyes on the finish line and let nothing stop you from achieving your dreams. When things get tough and something is pulling you from achieving your goals, that is the time to look deep down inside and draw on everything it takes and move forward. At the Makuhari Mess Hall in Shiba, a new chapter was written in India's Olympic history when CA Bhavani Devi turned up to face Nadia Ben Azizi. Her mere presence was historic in every sense because there had been no Indian who had ever entered a fencing hall in an Olympic venue ever before. But she did not stop with that. She went on to beat Nadia Ben Azizi in a table of 32 clash and moved on to the next round. Unfortunately, in the next round, she was beaten by Manon Brunette. Apart from the financial struggles she faced, she had to also face harsh patriarchal comments like, a woman wouldn't go so far in a sport like fencing. Her mother had to sell all her jewelry to fund her training and travel. After losing her dad in 2019, Bhavani was broken and had to lift herself up from her grief. In 2020, she was met with the same emotions when her mom was hospitalized with serious COVID-19. Yet, she did not look on what her obstacles were. She looked at where she wanted to end up, and rest is history. When you're standing face to face with your struggles or obstacles, it's always important to keep yourself cool, because that is the only way you're going to reach your desired destination. Besides, learning to keep yourself cool in tough situations will teach you life lessons that will be beneficial for you in the future. Now, this occasion was a very special one because it taught me a life lesson. Our lives are like a camera. Focus on what's important. Capture the beautiful moments. Improve from your negatives. But if things don't work out, click another shot. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anne Maria, for giving a beautiful speech on the title, Key to Success. Now, I hand over the control to the Master of Ceremonies.
The star event of tonight. The debate contest is set to begin. To conduct the contest, I invite an energetic speaker who is a student of the Al-Noor International School, passionate Gavel Master of the Sri Lankan Orators Gavel Club, Gavel Master Nicole Denaya, the debate moderator for this evening.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies, Gavel Anne Maria, for that wonderful introduction. Bahrain Gavel Club's Council Chairman, Distinguished Toastmaster Ahmed Rizvi, respected Councillor Distinguished Toastmaster Soy Paul, most respected dear Gaveliers, and ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a great pleasure for me to be the moderator for the debate contest of KCA Gavels Club this evening. As we all know, debates are another aspect of gaining knowledge, experiencing patience, and expecting challenges. Today, you will be witnessing an interesting debate that our Gaveliers will be performing on a topic very close to all of us. But before we proceed, I would like to invite the Chief Judge to explain the format and the order of the debate. Please give a thunderous round of applause to our Chief Judge, DTM Ahmed Rizvi.
Thank you so much, the moderator of the debate. I will just be brief because we have already briefed the Gaveliers in detail, how the format will be and what the speaking order, etc. The format will be the standard debate format where the captain will open the proposing the topic, speak for 3 minutes, and then the opposing team captain will speak for 3 minutes, refuting against the topic, and then affirmative team speaker will speak for 2 minutes, then negative team speaker will speak for 2 minutes, and also the next affirmative team speaker will speak for 2 minutes, then the negative team speaker will speak for 2 minutes. Finally, the opposing team, the negative team captain will close the refuting points, and also the final will be the proposing team closing and summing up the debate, which was very clearly explained to the team members very in detail. And the timing, I would like to mention, it will be 3 minutes red, that is, when the red light is on, you have to stop. The grace period will not be there, but she will explain the timing also. For 3 minutes, it will be 2 minutes green, 2.5 minutes. Everything will be explained very clearly by the moderator. So debaters, at the end, closing remarks, both captains cannot bring in any new points. They can incorporate the points what was brought in by the two speakers supporting the points. They can summarize with those points, but they cannot bring in any new points at the end. Closing remarks time for both the captains, very careful. Timing will be red only and no grace period of 30 seconds because we are giving to the speakers also 2 minutes which we will be explaining. All the best to the debaters, and the topic also will be announced by the moderator. After explaining the timing, each and every member will be invited to the stage. The team can come and sit. Each speaker can stand up and speak on the podium. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, DTIM Ahmed Rizvi, for that detailed explanation. Now I will explain the order of speakers and the time allocated for each debater. 1. Opening by captain of affirmative team, 3 minutes. 2. Defendant captain, refuting speech, 3 minutes. 3. Affirmative team, speaker 1, affirmation, 2 minutes. 4. Negative team, speaker 1, defending, 2 minutes. 5. Affirmative team, speaker 2, affirmation, 2 minutes. And 6. Negative team, speaker 2, defending, 2 minutes. 7. Affirmative team, captain, summing up, 2 minutes. 8. Negative team, captain, summing up is also 2 minutes. Now that the timing and the order of speaker is cleared, I would like to request the timer to indicate the timing as follows. For the captains of each team, opening speeches will be 3 minutes, green light at 2 minutes, amber for yellow light at 2 minutes 30 seconds, and red for 3 minutes. For all speakers, including the captains, the start at the affirmation or rebuttal speeches for which is 2 minutes to be allowed. For concluding, the captains will get 2 minutes. Green light will be shown at 1 minute, and 1 minute 30 seconds, yellow or amber light will be shown. At the end of 2 minutes, red light will be shown. There shall be no grace period for any speaker, and all speakers will be required to stop speaking when the red light is shown. Now that the rules and regulations are done, may I invite the debaters to come on stage. For the affirmative team, Speaker 1 is Gavel Master Sarah Rebecca. Speaker 2 is Gavel Master Tanisha Toby. And the captain for the affirmative team is Gavel Master Evan Bishon. For the negative team, the first speaker is Gavel Master Rika Mary. The second speaker is Gavel Master Alan Thompson. And the captain for the negative team is Gavel Master Aritur Ghosh. Ladies and gentlemen, dear Gaveliers, please give a thunderous round of applause for these debaters. Debaters, are you ready? Yes. Timers, are you ready? Chief Judge, are the judges ready? Well, let us proceed. The topic that will be debated today is history is an important subject and must be taught to all students. I repeat, history is an important subject and must be taught to all students. I would now like to welcome the affirmative team captain, Gavel Master Evan Binson, to open the debate, please. Your time is 3 minutes.
Junior once said, "We are not makers of history. History has made us." Good evening, respected Chief Judge, judges, moderator, dignitaries, debaters, Gaveliers, Toastmasters, and parents. History is the study and documentation of all the past events that had happened here on this earth many years ago. People live in the present They only worry about and they're planning for the future. But history is something that talks about the past. If history is talking about the past and we are worrying about the future, why history? Why should we teach all of our students about history? History helps us to understand and study the immense complexity of our world. It will help us to cope with all the problems and difficulties that are faced in our present and in the future. In this world, we have many cultures and traditions. But have we all stopped and wondered, how did our tradition come to be? Why do we have these traditions? Why do we have these cultures? When did our culture come to be? And if there are so many different cultures that oppose each other, why? The answer to all of this is simple. It is history itself. Without it, it is impossible to understand and picture the past of our traditions and cultures and how they came to be. If we don't know our culture and tradition, then why follow it if we don't even know the story behind it? For example, let us take Christmas. Christmas is a famous festival celebrated by Christians around the world. It is celebrated because of the birth of Jesus. Let's take another example, Dashera. Dashera is celebrated for Lord Vishnu killing the 10-headed demon Ravan. If we don't even know about the backstory of why we celebrate all these traditions and cultures, are we really able to celebrate our culture and traditions? History is also the study of change. The world around us is in a constant state of change. Understanding the role of change in society plays a very pivotal role in interpreting the world as we see it now. History tells us why things change, the mechanics and the mechanism that drive change, the significance of some features of change and others. I would like to hand it over to the debate moderator.
Thank you, Gavel Master Evan. Now, I would like to invite the negative team captain, Gavel Master Aritru Ghosh.
Good evening, honorable adjudicator, worthy opponents, and the audience. My name is Aritru Ghosh, and today I am here to explain why history is not an important subject and should not be taught in schools. Firstly, history can be easily manipulated to serve the government or the institution teaching it own interests. For example, dictatorships like North Korea can teach only history that supports their purposes. For example, battles they won, and suppress unpalatable history like the hardships their people faced. Since children's minds are very impressionable, they will believe what is being taught to them and will not question it, which is extremely dangerous as it could lead to racism and misanthropy. Also, learning history can actually worsen your chances of getting employment in the future because there are very few jobs that require degrees in history. If you have a degree in science, you can become an astrophysicist, a researcher, a pilot, and many more. A degree in mathematics will help you to become a statistician, an economist, or a data analyst, for example. But what will learning history help you be? A historian. And even then, there are just too few jobs for the number of people graduating with history degrees out there. In fact, a 2015 study conducted by the University of Northampton found that 51% of all McDonald's degrees have a history degree. Finally, history encourages people to become obsessed with past conflicts and alleged wrongs inflicted upon them. However, it is more productive to forget the past and to seek friendship in the present. For example, would you still hate your best friend with a burning passion if he or she broke your television accidentally at home a few years ago? Modern tensions in South Asia, modern tensions would be reduced if pupils in South Asia stopped learning about conflicts following the partition between India and Pakistan, because an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. Thank you for listening to my speech, and I hope you have a great evening.
Thank you, Gavel Master Aricho. Now the time is for the affirmative team member 1 to affirm. Please give a warm welcome to affirmative team speaker 1, Gavel Master Sarah Rebecca. Your affirming speech time will be 2 minutes.
Good evening, respected judges, senior Toastmasters, and fellow Gavel Masters. Today, I'll be speaking on why history is an important subject and it must be taught to all students. We must know about the great progress of human beings from an era where humans lived as nomads, used leaves as cloth, to the modern era where humans have made great progress in technology, rocket science, in the medical field, etc. We will only be aware of this progress of human beings by learning history. We must know about the great achievements and great inventions of many humans that made us the people that we are today. When we study history, we'll be able to learn from the mistakes that our ancestors made. Wait, let me explain. So the rich history of the world helps us to paint a detailed picture of where we stand today. George Santayana, a philosopher, once said that those who don't study history are doomed to repeat it. When we study history, we'll be able to learn from the mistakes that our ancestors made, and we'll be able to identify when the society is going down perilous routes and contribute toward getting it back on track. Hence, history is an important subject and it should be taught to all students. Thank you.
Thank you, Gavel Master Rika Mary. Now, it's the turn for the affirmative team member 2, to affirm his points. Negative team member 2 to affirm his points. Please give a warm welcome to affirmative negative team speaker 2, Gavel Master Rika Mary.
Good evening. I strongly stand against the motion of the House. Let me ask a quick question. How many historical facts were needed by each one of you to survive this day? Of course, none. Well, this brings us to the point that history is not essential in our day-to-day life. Wherever we go, for example, in a shop, in auditorium, anywhere in our life, science and mathematics is what we require, and not history. No one will ask us any questions related to history and when Hitler made a war or something. One of my worthy opponents said that history will help us to recollect our cultures. But in some of the regions, there are cultures where when we follow them, it will make our life miserable. In the olden cultures of some places, for example in India, there used to be gender discrimination, caste system, racism, etc. If we follow that, who will agree? And another opponent said that it will help us to learn from our mistakes. Then why is there a war still going on in Europe? And in that case, 100 years ago, let me take you back 100 years ago, there was a deadly pandemic named Spanish flu. Same thing as coronavirus. Why couldn't we reduce the number of deaths in that case if we knew it already? Thank you.
Thank you, Gavel Master Rika Mary. Now it's the turn for the affirmative team, member 2, to affirm his points. Let me welcome affirmative team, speaker 2, Gavel Master Tanisha Toby.
For many years, historians have been questioned whether or not we need to study history, and I'm here to answer that question. Every civilization has cultures and histories of its own. Developing a knowledge about history means developing a knowledge about all these different aspects of life. If children study history, they will be able to understand the pillars upon which different civilizations were built. They will learn about people and cultures different from their own. If people forget their past, they forget who they are. We have future leaders and representatives sitting among us. It could be you or it could be me. We are the pillars of our nation. If we are to lead our people safely into the future, it is essential that we learn our country's historical roots. We must know the mistakes of the past to be able to make sure that it does not repeat itself. If we learn the mistakes of the past, we will be able to stop wars before it even begins. And always remember, if you want to change the future, you must study the past. Thank you and have a nice day.
Thank you, Gavel Master Tanisha Toby. Now, I would like to welcome the negative team, member 2, to defend. Please give a warm welcome to negative team, speaker 2, Gavel Master Alan Thompson.
Respected judges and my dear friends, most people remember names, facts, and a time when they study history. This information is not useful in our everyday life. According to a September 2011 New York Times article, Department of Education history tests have elicited the worst student results over the past decade. History is a subject that is rarely used in people's life, so I would say that you could focus on something like science or technology, which is more relevant to the future and today's standard. Even if we learn history, we are making the same mistakes over and over again and suffering the same consequences over and over. For example, racism. There was a war between Ukraine and Russia recently, and the black people cannot take train or any other mode of transport to escape the city to survive because of the color of their skin. So, racism has been in the earlier days and it still continues today. So, let me ask one question to you, all of you who are sitting here. If we learn history and making the same mistakes over and over again, what is the point of learning history? Therefore, I conclude by saying that history is not an important subject to learn and should not be taught to all students. Thank you.
Thank you, Gavel Master Alan Thompson. It's now the time for the negative team captain to sum up his points. Let me welcome Gavel Master Archer Ghosh.
Good evening, all of you, once again. I'm sure that most of you remember the story of Heraclitus, the famous Greek historian. The story goes like this. Once, he was so engrossed in his thoughts about history that he failed to look where he was going, and he fell right into a deep well and couldn't get out. Of course, the ending of the story is not what concerns us. What concerns us is the meaning. Why should we sacrifice the future just to pursue the past, just like history does? As some of my worthy opponents once said, history can help you understand the decisions that past people make. In this case, to understand why Hitler did what he did, we need to study psychology to understand what went to his brain. We need to study economics to figure out the economical problems which Germany has had faced and which enabled him to rise in power in the first place. We do not need to study the history. We don't need to study how many Jews he killed or how many people he murdered in war indirectly. And finally, I would like to tell you one thing. The budget of Harvard's history department is 23 million. The cost of giving children in sub-Saharan Africa 3 square meals a day is only 3 million. Would you sacrifice all those children, all those living children right in front of you, just so you could study about the history of their starving predecessors? Thank you, and I wish you all a great evening once again.
Thank you, Gavel Master Archer Ghosh. Finally, it's the time for the affirmative team captain to sum up his affirmating points. Please welcome Gavel Master Evan Benson.
Good evening once again, respected Chief Judge, judges, and the fellow audience. Today we had the debate why history is important and why it should be taught to all students. My team stands affirmative, and we believe that history must be taught to all students for various reasons. It helps them to understand the culture and their past traditions. It is important because the rich history of the world will help us paint a detailed picture of where we stand today. If we study history, we will be aware of the past mistakes and we won't be able to repeat it. Culture and tradition and history help us to understand change. History is a tool that helps us to understand the world and helps us to cope with the problems and difficulties faced in the present and the future. It shows the importance of change in society. It shows us the significance of some features of change to others and the different mechanisms required for change. To be great leaders, it is essential to study your country's historical roots. History is the identity of you. You have learned about the past of your country, and it has shaped your country, and it has shaped who you are today. We have learned from our mistakes, and we have grown from them to shape the present and the future. With these points, I would like to say that history is very important and must be taught to every student. Thank you.
Thank you, Gavel Master Evan Benson. Ladies and gentlemen, dear Gaveliers, that brings the debate on the topic, history is an important subject and must be taught to all students, to an end. Please give another thunderous round of applause to our magnificent debaters. It's time for me to sign off as the moderator. My sincere thanks to KCA Gavels Club for giving me this wonderful opportunity to moderate the debate. I would also like to thank the timers, Chief Judge and his team of judges, and most importantly, you, the audience, for your support to conduct this debate successfully. Thank you all and good night.
Now we will have a 5-minute break. Thank you, Gavel Master Nicole and all the participants for that amazing debate contest. Please give a round of applause. Again, once again. 2021 was a year packed with lots of activities. We have packed all those events in a few pages. It's time to release the KCA Gavel Club annual newsletter for the year 2021-22. I invite Chief Guest DTM Ahmed Rizvi, Counselor Toastmaster Soy Paul, VPPR of previous EXCOM Gavel Master Angelina onto the stage.
Good evening to everyone present with us today. Decide, commit, succeed. These 3 words hold so much power and can be used in any aspect of your life. Let's take an example of my journey as being the VPPR in KCA Gavels Club. Decide. deciding to take up this challenge, deciding that I want to do this role. Let me be honest, in the first, I really wasn't interested in taking up the role, but I'm so glad I decided to take it. Committing to the role, having flyers ready in time for the meeting, learning new things and correcting mistakes. Succeed knowing that I have completed this role and I have mastered it. This moment here today is so unreal to me even right now. I cannot believe that something I made and designed is out here in public. Thank everyone for all the support you have given me, and I'm really grateful. Thank you.
I invite Gavel Master Tanisha Toby to take over the next part of the event.
The KCA Gavel Club contest in the categories of international speech, humorous speech, evaluation, and table topics for the year 2021 was a grand success. KCA Gavel Club shined at GMAC 2021 as our fellow Gavelier, Miss Anne Maria Thompson, bagged first prize in the international speech contest. Now it's time to honor the winners of the club contest. For table topics, in the third place, we have Elena Regin Verghese. In second place, we have Arithro Ghosh. In first place, we have Anne Maria Thompson. For the evaluation contest, in the third place, we have Elena Regin Verghese. In the second place, we have Arithro Ghosh. In the first place, we have Anne Maria Thompson. For the humorous speech, in the third place, we have Alina Maria. In the second place, we have Elena Regin Verghese. In the first place, we have Arithro Ghosh. For the international speeches, in the third place, we have Elena Regin Verghese. In the second place, we have Catherine Soy. In the first place, we have Anne Maria Thompson.
First of all, I must thank the judges who had a very tough time, I am sure, with the debaters, and for giving the winners as well as the best debaters. To be very fair, we have given the best debaters in both teams, so I think they will be happy. The team winning also will be announced by the Master of Ceremonies. Once again, wonderful debate, I must say. It was a great debate to witness. According to the council, this is the first debate they have conducted, and that first itself a real debate. Debaters, all of you are winners. Nothing but we have to give the best. So the judges have come up with that. Let me invite the Master of Ceremonies to announce.
So, any guesses who the winners are? Okay, so the winner of the KCA Gavel Club debate contest is, the second place winner is the affirmative team. Give a round of applause. Affirmative team, please come forward. Evan Benson, Galmaster Evan Benson, Galmaster Sarah, Galmaster Tanisha. Give a round of applause, please. The winners of the KCA Gavel Club annual debate contest, the negative team. I invite the negative team members, Gavel Master Arithro, Gavel Master Alan, and Gavel Master Rika onto the stage. best affirmative debater is Gavel Master Sarah. Please give a round of applause. But we don't have a trophy, but then still. The best negative debater is Gavel Master Arithro Ghosh. Please give a round of applause, a thunderous applause. I invite the Vice President Education, Gavel Master Ivan Binson, to propose the vote of thanks.
Good evening, respected dignitaries, Toastmasters, Gaveliers, and parents. Today we had the Gavels Nite, and I am very pleased to say it was a very successful event. It was filled with many activities, and we had a debate, which was successfully hosted, and I would like to congratulate all the winners. So, firstly, I would like to thank Mr. Roy C. Anthony for coming in this meeting and taking some of his time to look at the Gavels Nite. Secondly, I would like to thank our Chief Judge, DTM Ahmed Rizvi, who is the chairman of the Bahrain Gavels Clubs, for being the chief judge and judging our debate along with his team of judges precisely. I would like to thank the debate moderator, Gavel Master Nicole Denaya, for hosting the debate wonderfully. I would like to thank all the debate judges for judging along with the chief judge. Next, we have Toastmaster Alvin Sevi, who took some of his time to come to this meeting and give his address, and he helped with the technical things, and he also was there throughout the meeting. I would like to thank him for coming to the meeting. Next, we have Toastmaster Soy Paul, who was the counselor and guided us to helping in the Gavels Nite and making this event very successful. Next, we have our coach, Toastmaster Renosh Thomas, who unfortunately wasn't able to come, but still took his responsibility and made a video addressing all of us and wishing luck in our Gavels Nite. So I would like to thank him for that. And next, I would like to thank the MCs, Anne Maria, and also Gavel Master Alaina for hosting the meeting wonderfully and with a lot of energy. I would like to thank the XCOM team for helping in organizing and planning the Gavels Nite. This took a lot of days, and I am very happy to see that it came together very successfully. And nextly, we have the previous VPPR, that is Gavel Master Angelina and Gavel Master Tanisha. I would like to thank them for making the newsletter for the last year. It is a very detailed article, and I hope that all of you can get the chance to read it. Next, I would like to thank the Gaveliers for participating in the songs, the poems, the speeches, and the debate. I would like to thank each and every one of you for taking your time and participating in the event. And without you, there would have been no Gavels Nite. So I would like to thank you so much for that. And lastly, we can't forget the parents who brought the Gaveliers to the meeting. I would like to thank all of you for bringing the Gaveliers to the Gavels Nite. It was a very successful event. We couldn't have done it without you parents. Thank you so much. And with that, I would like to end the vote of thanks. Thank you.
The newsletter will be officially shared in the WhatsApp group by the President, Gavel Master Alaina. With this, we come to the end of this event. Thank you all for being a part of this grand evening. We wish you a prosperous and blessed evening. Thank you once again. And now we will have a group photo session. First, we will have a photo session with the present XCOM team, headed by Gavel Master Alaina Rajan. And now with all the Gavel Masters, we'll have a photo session. Yeah. Can we have the judges onto the stage? Now I request everyone to be on the stage.
Thank you so much everyone for attending the Gavels Night and making it successful. With that, we adjourn the meeting. Thank you.